I'm done with this white people, bro. You're a third world race. Okay, people, back again with another one. Bong Kakat news and reacts. So I learned that Donald Trump is big mad at a bunch of ASEAN countries. Not Asian, ASEAN. And you might ask, what are ASEAN countries? Well, you know the Federation in Star Trek, right? Or the UN in this world we live in. So it's kind of like that, but for a bunch of Southeast Asian countries. We're going to react to this TikTok by SP Corrigan.
Indonesia is one of the worst offenders in the world. That's what President Trump says about its trade partner. And now Jakarta is paying the price. But how did Indonesia land on that list? And does it even deserve to be there? A lot of it has to do with what Trump sees as unfair trade by ASEAN countries. These are the top 5 ASEAN countries with trade surpluses with America as of 2023, meaning they're selling more to America than they're buying from.
Ooh, now this is the billboard chart that I want to see. Countries that sell more than they buy from the USA. I mean, it's business, bitch. What the F you expect, Trumpito? When you do business, you want to sell more. Big up all the ASEAN countries in the chart. Based, W, all that. Now let's see who else is on the list. But before we get into all that, I need to do an ad for the sake of the channel. If you are considering getting a secure connection and subscribing to a VPN like I do, because I don't want people knowing where the bonka is at, please consider getting some Proton VPN, and while you're at it, even Proton Mail. It helps you get some security, and if you use my links at the same time, you'll help support the channel. All links in the description.
Vietnam, 104.6 billion.
Big up Vietnam, number 1 on the list. I mean, have you ever seen Star Wars? Star Wars is literally based on Vietnam. Vietnam is literally the good guys, the rebels in that whole saga. If you were to make a Star Wars movie right now, it should be about the rebels attempting to rebuild their whole nation with socialist governance, bro. They've got universal healthcare in Vietnam. The USA, the richest country on earth. A footnote, rich by way of stealing. The USA ain't got none of that. I mean, it's not the best universal healthcare in Southeast Asia. Probably not as good as Singapore or Thailand, but it's actually probably better than my country. And my country has tall buildings, really tall buildings. So what gives? Big up Vietnam for taking the number 1 spot. They are doing the USA dirty the most. Amazing.
Thailand, 40.7 billion. Malaysia, 26.8 billion.
Ooh, we're on the list and we're up there. Big up Thailand and big up Malaysia. I'm happy to learn this. We should be making a speech, yo. We should be making an award speech. I mean, we're third. That's literally a bronze medal, right? Every time Malaysia gets a bronze medal, it's a public holiday. We should be declaring a public holiday for this.
Indonesia, 17 billion. Cambodia, 11.3 billion. And Philippines, 4 billion.
And big up to all my Indonesian, Cambodian, and Filipina brothers and sisters. We're on the list. We are in the top 6, but of course, Singapore is not on that list. A bunch of narcs, teachers, pet, the biggest Western bootlickers. That's why they're rich. Singapore is not even a real country. It's where the empire keeps the loot. They are empire bootlickers. That's why everyone in Southeast Asia hates those motherfuckers, bro. No disrespect to the Singaporean people, by the way. Y'all are cool. I got a lot of Singaporean friends. I'm just talking about the government.
And how did Trump respond to this? With tariffs. Vietnam was hit with a 46% tariff, Thailand 36%, Indonesia 32%. And these tariffs are on top of a new 10% universal tariff that applies to all countries selling to America no matter what.
Yeah, this is a big thing right now, the tariffs. The Prime Minister is talking about it in all his speeches. He's making Eid Mubarak speeches, and half of it is about Trumpito's tariffs, bro. I don't even understand any of it, just like Trump.
Vietnam saw the tariffs coming. Its trade surplus with America exploded after Trump put tariffs on China in 2018. In the past year, Vietnam tried to cool things down by boosting American imports and negotiating new trade terms, but it wasn't enough. Vietnam got hit with a massive tariff. Thailand's now facing a 36% tariff, mostly due to strong exports of cars, electronics, and machinery to America. And Indonesia, 32% tariff. Unlike Vietnam, Indonesia hadn't been in Trump's spotlight before, but its trade surplus with America has been rising steadily, and from Washington's perspective, Jakarta hasn't done enough to fix it.
I like how the USA goes fix it. What's there to fix? Fuck you. You fix yourself and stop depending on other countries and then whining because we sell more than we buy from your non-producing ass. I went to the USA once and the Nike hoodies were made in Malaysia. What the fuck does the USA even do other than suck Israel dick, kill everyone and steal from everyone? What do they even do, bro?
That's the problem. Under Trump's logic, this isn't about diplomacy or development. It's about big numbers, big surpluses, and big tariffs. But it's not always big on analysis. And many see this not just as punishment, but as pressure. Trump's tariffs are often about leverage, a way to strong-arm countries to the negotiating table. Indonesia has its issues, but does it justify a 32% tariff?
I mean, yeah, Indonesia does have issues. It does. For example, if you ask for directions to a specific place, everybody you ask in Indonesia will give a different answer.
Bisa beli tiket mana? Bisa. Dari sini nanti ke arah Stasiun Gambir.
But when Indonesia has issues, it's usually just Indonesia that has these issues. When the USA has issues, everybody else becomes the victim. A bunch of main character syndrome assholes, bro.
Some experts say America is using the wrong tool for the wrong problem, and now Indonesia is paying the price. Indonesia can't really hit back. It relies on American imports and investment, so pushing back could hurt more than it could help. The 32% tariff complicates Indonesia's entire manufacturing strategy. The country has been trying to attract investment as a China alternative, building out special economic zones, streamlining business permits, and offering tax incentives. Sectors like apparel, electronics, and furniture, where Indonesia has been trying to grow, will now face major headwinds in the American market.
Bro, they're trying to F with us. We need to find a way out of this USA butthole. We need to vote. In the words of the Americans themselves, we need to vote for the lesser evil.
But for a long time, even before Trump, American trade representatives believed that Indonesia wasn't just running a surplus, it was doing it while putting up trade barriers. American officials have flagged Indonesia's restrictive import licensing, local content requirements, and halal certification standards that make it harder for American goods to enter the market.
Okay, I don't know if this is relevant, but one thing you need to understand about Indonesia is they are very, very nationalistic, okay? They don't even want their people to know that they import stuff. Malaysia is not like that. As patriotic as we are, we don't give a F. Malaysia is just full of Japanese and now Chinese cars, but we also have our own cars, which are not bad actually, especially Perodua. It's a functional brand, fuel efficient. We do other things to sway the competition to our favor, but ultimately it's kind of a whatever market. But Indonesia is different, bro. They're nationalistic. Everything in Indonesia is made in Indonesia. It's not. But it is. You get me? If you don't understand, just drop a comment and some nerd will explain it to you, okay? Because I don't understand what I just said.
Add to that the perception that Indonesia's trade rules are unpredictable and non-transparent. And from Trump's point of view, that's enough to claim the game is rigged.
Yo, bro, an American saying, the game is rigged, is wild.
So what might Jakarta do next? Some analysts expect Indonesia to boost imports from America, possibly in energy, agriculture, and defense. Others say Indonesia will try and fast-track trade talks or signal a willingness to adjust its policies, including revisiting policies like TKDN, which require local content in manufacturing, one of the complaints often cited by American officials as a trade barrier. Indonesia has tried to accelerate reforms in the past, but progress was slow and momentum stalled.
I'm trying to understand the wording here. Reform? What do you mean reform? It can't be reform if it ultimately benefits another country like the USA, right? And the USA is not just any other country. It's probably the worst, most barbaric country on earth. If you go the opposite way of the USA, now that's reform. Whatever goes their way, that's you getting F in the B.
The difference now is the scale of the tariffs, steeper, broader, and hitting Indonesia directly for the first time. Whether that shock is enough to push for deeper reforms remains to be seen. And even if Indonesia makes all the right moves, the core issue is this trade gap. If it wants to avoid being lumped in with Vietnam and China.
Okay, I get it now. Socialist countries bad, America good. Lumped in? Really? Lumped in? Bro, it's the Chinese century. Have you not watched I Show Spade?
Indonesia doesn't just need better policies, it needs to reduce its trade surplus. That's what Trump's world runs on. Perceived imbalance, big numbers, measured in big dollars. Because for Trump, trade isn't a relationship, it's a scoreboard. And the only thing that matters is that he's on top, even if the rules are unclear and even if the target keeps shifting. As long as he gets to say he's winning, the rest is just noise.
President Trump defends his tariffs and dismisses the market meltdown. US and European futures point to further significant losses.
Now that's music to my ears. Nah, F these white colonizers, bro. We need to leave them in the dirt. Like seriously, F them. I'm not even kidding. Operation F the Europeans. Why would I give a single holy F if every single European country, including the USA, including Australia, including Singapore, turn into shitholes? You turn all our countries into shitholes, and yet we managed to redevelop and become better than you. Maybe what go around, come around, kid. What go around, come around. Nah, I'm done with this white people, bro. You're a third world race. Get the frack out of here. I'm out. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Peace.